You know, every so often an RTS game comes around and makes you stop everything and makes you think, why can't we have more games just like this? And why can't we have more features that are like this or that in all future RTS games? Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to more continuous first looks at sea power naval combat in the missile age. Indeed, there is a lot to unpack in a game like this that allows us to go above, below, and way above the surface of the ocean in a game that is a spiritual successor to another game by the name of Cold Waters, a game that we've checked out a ton here on the channel, and of course, being published by Microprose, an incredible publisher who's made a recent favorite of mine by the name of Regiments, another great Cold War game, or rather Cold War gone hot. Now, if you haven't seen this game before, we're going to take a look here at the encyclopedia for this one, and for those of you who've seen some of these videos before on the channel, we're going to take a look at a very favorite mission and actually complete it this time around, as our first mission or first look was kind of taking a look at all the missions that are currently available in this content creator scenario version. Now, hold up, this is very important. For those of you who want to play this game for yourself, this game will be coming out very soon in November for everyone to be able to play, and of course, I kind of want to say that with a knock on wood because, you know, things might get delayed, and if that happens, I praise the developers and the publishers for making that decision because they can then admit that things are not ready and will, of course, then make them ready for when they are. But that's not the case at the moment, so let's continue to applaud and continue to support this developer and this publisher for trying to make one of the greatest possible naval games of all time, at least for the missile age, aka, well, the Cold War. So anyway, welcome aboard. Good to see you all here. Thanks again for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for leaving that like, and definitely make sure you check out other videos on this channel for sea power, naval combat in the missile age, but also Cold Waters. If you certainly like a lot more naval combat, this is certainly one for you. But if you love submarine warfare and anti-submarine warfare, definitely check out Cold Waters, and know that Cold Waters also has the ability to play as the Soviet Navy and also surface ships too, with several mods. So a very still alive and kicking community with a lot of really incredible people in there, former and current sonar operators or people who know about anti-submarine warfare or submarine warfare in general in the United States Navy and or allies and NATO and whatnot, who love to play that game and love to talk tactics about all sorts of submarines and sonars and whatever, you know, the whole basket. So welcome back, and again, good to see you all here. Now remember, this game will have itself a mission editor, so anything that you can't see in the scenarios will definitely be in a mission editor. I do hope that we will get a full-fledged campaign like in Cold Waters that allows us to play at different eras. I think in Cold Waters they did a great job of showcasing you know, Able Archer gone hot and things like that, where the Navy's pulled in to eventually provide support. And, you know, of course, if the forces are going to fight on land, then they're going to fight at sea. And that's certainly the question that this game answers, is what the hell would happen if all of those navies, not just the United States and the Soviet Union, but also NATO and Warsaw and some in between, with more to be featured, like, for example, merchant ships, oil rigs, and civilian aircraft too. There's certainly a lot to consider when it comes to going to war. All right, let's take a few little quick peeks at the encyclopedia, some of which you haven't seen before, and of course then we'll jump right into the mission, looking for some valuable cargo that those NATO dogs are hauling. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. Now, not only does the game look good, but it feels good too, and it really does feel good to go through all the different aircraft in the game, from attack and bomber, recon, whatever it may be. Of course, we have surface ships here too, including little rafts, which I always love to show off, like life raft for 12-man or whatnot, and this one featured right here too. Yeah, Threat of the Sea here. So we've got... Now that's seriously badass. Not only does the game look good, but it also feels good too, to be able to go through the whole menu of different types of aircraft and, well, surface ships, and even some of the missiles that are featured in some of the weapon systems that might be shared between ships and aircraft and submarines. And it's really just great. I mean, there's so much here, so much attention to detail, and so much care put into all the different weapon systems. It's really just like something else. It's like if you wanted to play naval in War Game, it feels like that. And if you wanted to see more naval combat in Broken Arrow, which I hope they do as well, it really feels like playing those games rather than something that might be too complicated. And a game I continuously keep seeing is, you know, Jane's continuously being brought up all the time for people saying that they hadn't seen something quite like this since that game. And, you know, there's been a lot of World War II games that of course, well, cover World War II, so we don't necessarily get missiles and jet aircraft, but it is certainly great to see. They have all the wonderful, UI and whatnot that you would want for a, World War II game, but not in a Cold War game. And so that's something that hopefully we will see a lot more in the future. Ooh, we have our B. Franklin class. Yeah, look at that, a ballistic missile sub. Look at that, looking thick. Very nice. So yeah, we got a lot to cover. We got a lot to go over. So let's get right into the missions after taking a few more peeks at some of these different ships. Again, we have oil rigs in this game. We have literally, tanks that you could take a look at. We even have radar systems and even, hilariously enough, not only oil rigs, but also like a, fishing trawler or even mine layers and things like that, but also surface weapons too, which are radar systems and also anti-aircraft systems, which certainly do apply to naval because those are things that could shoot down your aircraft and they won't be coming back. So you certainly need to be very cautious about that. Cool that they put it out in the middle of like a field or something like that. So certainly these are threats to your aircraft or your possible missiles that could come in too, and certainly something that everybody needs to be aware of. Oh yeah, look at that. Very cool. Certainly a lot more attention to detail on the ships, but I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think anybody's going to be playing this game zoomed in on an anti-aircraft weapon. You're going to be zoomed out watching your aircraft and or trying to quickly, use their special abilities, for lack of a better term. But yeah, definitely something that you're going to be aware of is that, the enemy's going to be all around and you're not going to have time to look at everything at once. So you're going to be up here looking at your aircraft or giving orders on the radar, because there's going to be, quickly you're going to have to command your aircraft to get the hell out of there. So you're going to want to do that. And then, of course, you're going to want your ships to, then you're going to click on your ships and have them come over. So a lot of things are going to be enacted that way. Look at that. France F-1A. Beautiful, man. F-14 being shown off a little bit earlier. And, of course, even the Phantoms dropping in as well. Wow. Very nice. Very cool stuff. Let's check out the F-4Ds. Nice as well. Yeah, there's so much here. Incredible amounts of aircraft, too, for the Soviets and for the Americans. I don't see that F-18, though. Where's that F-18? Maybe we'll find it someday. All right, well, we're going to jump into the mission now. We will have a lot more time to look at all these forces. I do want to make it clear that I know people are asking to see all of the different bombers in the game, and so we will definitely do what we've done in War Game and many other games, where we will take a look at all the American aircraft, and we'll take a look at all the American surface vessels and all the submarines, and maybe a blend of both of those, because some of them are not too many, but they certainly have quite a punch to them, and that's why there's not too many. Okay, let's jump into the mission now, but this is just awesome. Let me know your thoughts about this encyclopedia mode. Is it something that you'll spend a lot of time looking at and maybe learning to command yourself, or is it something that you think you'll just take a little bit of time to toy around with and then right on to the missions? Let me know down below. All right, let's go. All right, here we are. Valuable target. So we have ourselves a naval task force that was sent to intercept a cargo vessel that's on its way to Norway from the U.S. We're north of the Faroe Islands, and we must keep our flagship alive. And we also have a helicopter, and we can use that to spot and identify contacts. Very nice. Now, we've seen this mission before. It gets really hairy with the amount of missiles that come in from aircraft and other ships, but it is really fun. And I think it's a great example of what a few very powerful ships can do against maybe another force of very larger size. Now, this makes me absolutely terrified again of all the forces that we've seen before in like War Game with the Udaloy and the I forget the Sovamini or whatever it may be. Those were very powerful and very scary. There were cruisers and destroyers and other ships in that game, and those were among some of the best ones. And even this game featuring a battleship, I still feel like I'm more afraid of ships like these than anything else, with the just sheer amount of weapon systems that they have and the ability to shoot down enemy missiles too. Sea Whiz in this game looks incredible. Boy, so does that beautiful morning. That is gorgeous. We're going to be able to jump between these three ships as they move their selves over to the target, wherever that may be. Looks like they've already set course to somewhere north of the Faroe Islands, as they mentioned, and that might be some radar contacts too for us. We'll find out very shortly. Now, I'm going to be trying to do my best to play out this mission. Keep in mind, this will be our first time really trying to play through it, other than just taking a look as almost like a cinematic view for it and seeing what would happen. Now, we're going to try to give some orders and be a little bit more cautious on certain things, but we're still going to probably take some losses. I mean, this mission is, although rated a little lower in its difficulty, I still think is a pretty ambitious mission to really face the enemy head on, try to avoid all of their missiles, make sure we hit all of ours, destroy all their ships in order to make it safe for us to be able to try to find that enemy vessel, or of course just take it out with a cruise missile, but still we'd have to get through the enemy Sea Whiz and then get the hell out of there. Actually, all we need to do is sink their ship, and that's GG. So similar to how it is in Cold Waters and also in Wolfpack, where once you've completed your mission, you really don't have to think about escaping as you would, like, for example, in U-Boat. So hopefully we get a campaign in the future that does task us with taking a naval task force to a port or whatnot, loading them up with missiles and fuel and whatever, going out on missions and patrols, and then returning later on. Hopefully that'll be a thing. For now, these single skirmishes are very exciting, but I know players are asking for big campaigns, as I mentioned earlier, like with Able Archer, where then it also kind of goes towards the Navy or some other conflicts that spill over that, are alternative history in a way. All right, well, let's go ahead and zoom in and get right back to work here. So I'm pretty sure we're going to find the naval vessel somewhere around here. I'm not sure how far that is, about maybe 40 kilometers out, maybe 60, but definitely about 40 until we can engage. And we're just actively looking for the enemy now, listening in to see if we can find out where they may be. Speed up time a little bit. We'll go maybe times 10 as we just bob along here and just go slow. Ooh. Oh, Pan Am flight right there, although they call it Pangea for copyright purposes. So we have civilian flights, which are kind of close to each other. I think that's American Airlines right there. Call that Atlantic, but yeah. So possible for us to fire and shoot down a civilian aircraft like the Soviets did with, I think it was South Korea. Oh wow, look at how pretty that looks. Oh, and the sun is... Wait, is it going down? It should be coming up, I think. Yes, it is. Okay. Very pretty. Let's go into our cinematic mode too. Yeah, look at that. The music is so good in this game too. I haven't heard the same song twice in a while. There's quite a bit of different songs for the different feelings in the game. Like there's outright combat, there's like patrol where you know the danger's out there, you're moving with caution, you're trying to find the threat, and then there's also kind of the more I don't know, I think the submarine warfare is the slowest, where it's like on the surface you could be attacked from below or from the surface or from above. Same with the submarine, but it's a lot slower in a way. So we'll continue to search for our enemies here. I think eventually we're going to see some aircraft here, enemy aircraft. We're going to head straight in here. This looks great. Look at that. And I love how we can see below the water like that. Anytime I see this, I immediately think of Cold Waters, and that's always such a good sign for me. I had so much fun in that game that anytime that there's a game where we could see below the surface like that, even if it's like a World War II game where you kind of see the the surface of the water and a torpedo just below the surface, and you can see the bubbles on the surface, great. It's just a good feeling. Okay, we have a merchant vessel over here. That's not what we're looking for. Or at least not that particular one. Is that Mexico? Is that the Mexican flag there? It's hard to tell. Alright, back to our ships. We've got some large echoes here. Trying to identify all these different targets. Potential targets and our potential high value target. Anything else we destroy, I guess, is just a bonus. Again, look at the attention to detail here with all the different life rafts and like ropes, cables, antenna, doors, some of the rust, the warping of some of the metal. Crew standing around as well. And again, when we're playing a little more zoomed out like this, I mean, that is just completely believable. I don't think I've ever seen water in a game as good as I've seen it lately in World of Warships, which is a weird thing to say, but this game comes pretty damn close as well. Here we go. We have ourselves some missiles inbound, I believe, from the enemy. Let's go ahead and slow that down. Yes, indeed. We have ourselves some, finally, some Sea Whiz action shortly. They're getting rather close. Oh boy, it begins. All right, check this out. That's awesome. So our ships are getting ready to fire out counter missiles, as in like we're returning fire, and we're also firing out what looks to be some main guns there. Look at that. Just a cool sight. Let's take a look from just below and zoom in just a little bit like that. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Cool as hell. Now we could even slow down to about 0.5 speed too, which is great. You'll be able to take in a lot more of the action and kind of watch it and see what's going on here. Some of our guns firing at enemy ships, I believe, and then some of them firing at missiles too. No, they're actually firing at missiles over there too. I think this half speed is great though. There's a lot of missiles coming in. Here comes one now. Will it make it? It just takes one. RGM 84s are coming in. And possible torpedo here. Our missiles going out. Ooh. Oh boy. Yeah, I think this slower speed's pretty good to be able to... Ooh, there we go. Sea Whiz firing off. Missile going up above. Will come in down from directly above, right down to below it with the ship here. Sea Whiz's last chance. That looks like it'll be a hit. No, no, it was not. Awesome. Counter missile fire like that. Incredible. Alright, well, we're searching for air and surface targets. Another RGM-84 coming in. Look at that. Ooh. These naval weapons are so incredible. Like, some of them are guided torpedoes that, you know, eventually will drop off a torpedo just right off the top of the surface and could be used to destroy a ship or a submarine. Of course, there's aircraft that can carry torpedoes too, or any sort of listening devices that can also listen for submarines from helicopters. Anti-submarine warfare is just about as insane as missile warfare too for surface ships. So let's go ahead and speed things up now back to 1, and it'll feel like breakneck pace at everything that we were seeing from before. I just wanted you to be able to see it without missing too much, because these missiles are fast, man. Sounds like fireworks popping off. Oh, Sea Whiz is going to hit that. Yep. Oh, no way. They're dead. There's no way they're going to stop that. That is a hit. Wow, look at all those missiles coming in. That's insane. They are pissed off. Not looking good for our ship. Look at those missiles coming in on the radar. Jeez, that's insane. Looks to be 2 hits on our ships here. And a third. Well, that ship is out of the game. Wow. That's pretty crazy, man. But we have finally found one of the enemy surface ships, and Oliver Hazard Perry over here. That must be the merchant ship we're looking for, the high-value target. And Adams, and then look like another OHP right here. Not quite. But that is our target right here. So you can actually see that loaded up with, looks like Hemets, and it could be anything here that's really valuable. Looks like artillery, but that could be, you know, specialized computer equipment that's on there. There could be something much more than just that. Than just a couple of trucks and a couple of artillery. You know, the Norwegians probably have plenty of that. But all we got to do is destroy that merchant ship, and it's GG. Now, honestly, I think what we really want to do here is do all of that without even losing a ship, or really even taking a hit. And that's going to take a lot of maneuverability and a lot of talent and whatnot. So it's going to take some practice to do that. And that's what makes these missions fun, is to try to do the impossible time and time again. So let's do exactly that. We'll quit then, and we'll see where we haven't actually destroyed anything. Oh, no civilians should be harmed, so yeah, we don't want to shoot down aircraft or whatnot, or those merchant ships, and then we must sink the enemy transport. That's our main mission, so let's try that one more again. Alright, so back to general quarters. Now, one thing that these missions, I guess, don't really do is switch up any sort of the combat at all. In other words, the enemy will spawn in the same position as they had before, so we can kind of get a little bit more closer to them a little earlier and start engaging. Now, another thing we had was weapons tight in our last battle too, to kind of see how the AI would do things. Honestly, you certainly want to micromanage everything in the game, but when you're dealing with multiple ships and so many incoming contacts, it is going to, well, not be on the player to command all these things, but to rely on the crews and the ships and the orders that we give them. So a lot of this is the pre-game setup, and especially if you're working with carriers, for example, you're going to want to focus on the carrier primarily, and all the aircraft that are on board that carrier, while the other ships are doing other things like ASW. So if we had a carrier group here, we of course would have the other ships protecting the carrier primarily, and then we would be doing things like setting up all those aircraft to take off and you know, launch sorties against enemy targets, or other aircraft or whatever. So I certainly think that there's a lot of attention to detail for us being able to command all these weapons down here at the bottom, which may be a little hard to see. You can see RBU 6000s, 30 millimeter, 76 millimeter, noisemakers and chaff, that kind of thing, which we will see for the anti-ship missile warfare here shortly. But yeah, there's those aircraft we saw before, and we're going to kind of proceed in line a little closer to the enemy and see if there's a way where we can get a little closer a little earlier, and also keep our ships a little closer too as we travel in a line. Alright, let's go times 20. And we just need to sink that high valuable merchant ship, that's all. It was kind of cool to be able to see it ahead of time, so there's really a clear understanding of what we're looking for and where to possibly find it. But once you've got a lot of that intel in advance, it makes it a lot easier to know what you're looking for and where to find it. It's also the kind of same thing with the submarine warfare. Hopefully these scenarios randomize some of that, where once you know where an enemy sub will spawn it, you can basically go right for it and then prepare to fire your missiles well, torpedoes in the case of a sub, right away. Or noisemakers if you need to get away, if they're behind you right at the start, that kind of thing. Alright, well, we got ourselves a sunrise. Of course, we also have like weather effects in this game, everything from pea soup to damn near hurricanes, and I think some of those weather effects also affect your aircraft too. And I have yet to see more of the aircraft carriers, but I have been experimenting with them, and I want to see more about not necessarily their combat, but really how like the aircraft will be taking off and landing, launched and landing on the carriers by all sorts of different effects that could affect them outside of the enemy, and see what types of damage, for example, a carrier would have to sustain for them then to delay the launching and retrieval of aircraft, that kind of thing. Alright, well, enough about that. Let's get a little closer to our friends down here, which we can clearly see on these large contact thingies. I think we have ourselves 4 enemy ships, and then that's got to be the merchant ship right there behind. And there was that merchant ship that we saw before, too, which is not what we're looking for. This is the Gato Campania. Some of the first missiles now coming at us. Wow, that's a hell of a lot of missiles. Already. We've already started the counterfire of our missiles. I cannot believe CWIS has not been able to shoot that down. Weapons free from the start. And already taking a hit too, with the crew immediately bailing. Wow. Even worse this time. Honestly, in these types of games, whenever I try to employ any sort of basic tactics just to see what will happen, I feel like it's worse. If I'm hands off, it's okay. If I try, it's worse. And then once I become an expert, then I get really good. But let's see if we can find that enemy ship shortly. Our missiles are still going out. Although they may have hit a target, we did see a lot of them fire off. It looks like some of these contacts have been lost, but that may be because our other ship was destroyed. We do need to keep this ship alive here. And let's speed up time a little bit more. You know, practice will make perfect for all these scenarios too. Some of the times that they give you a mission here, it's usually where you're at a disadvantage. Or you're either at an extreme disadvantage or an extreme advantage, and that would be warfare, wouldn't it? I mean, war is not fair. That's why they call it warfare, I guess. And so no matter how many tactical advantages you have over the enemy or technological, you're always going to be at some sort of disadvantage too, so you got to kind of make those shortcomings up as best you can. All right, now we've identified an Adams, and we just fired off 3 missiles there. Really cool to see those firing from the deck of that ship. Oh, this could be good for us. The Adams is not even attempting. Wow, look at that. Bringing in at a .2 there, that was cool. Slowing it way down. Oh man. That's going to be bad for them. She's gone. Even more missiles coming in for the Adams, but no need. We now have our Perry down here firing off some more missiles. Oh yeah, that slow-mo is great, man. You can catch everything happening. That's really cool. I mean, you certainly want to be commanding your units, but just watching everything play out is so cool too. Again, we're going at half speed here, and really impressive to see this. Just the constant exchange of missiles here. The ship we're looking for is just behind this one. And this vessel doing a lot of launching of missiles too. Alright, we are going to engage the... I've never even heard of this thing before. I'm going to call it the Hazard 2 Electric Boogaloo, I believe is the technical term. But look at that, bringing in a big O torp, if needed. That's really more like a cruise missile now. Gonna be an easy target for them to hit. That's a large platform. Let's see what happens. We'll speed up to ×1. Traveling at 565 knots. And look at the amount of missiles that just came in over here. What the hell happened here? Whoa. Damn, I believe that was all from this. Is it the Spurance? Holy crap. And we fired off one. Woo. Oh, and well, and there it went. Yep. Immediately detonated. There ain't no way we're going to be able to stop these. Hell no. Oh, oh. Yeah, I was right about that. Wow, they're doing such a good job of protecting that high-value target. That's crazy. Oh, Perry might take a hit here. Oh, the Perry already is. Wow. Being pummeled. Spurance not really even flinching at all here. This is the bad boy. Damn. Kirch here, I think, is the flagship we need to keep alive, and I'm not sure if it's burning itself out or not. We shall see as we try to retaliate with a few cruise torpedoes here. Cruise pedos. Man, that is a really cool thing to see. Well, it looks like one of the missiles finally has hit. We saw that from the long distance away from the other torpedo here. Oh, no. Our own ship has sunk, but let's see if our missiles hit. Really almost like a draw, right? The enemy has lost their ships too, I believe. Oh, damn, we can't see it play out. But not the enemy transport destroyed. All right. Really not too much tactics to that one at the moment. Let's continue on with more. All right, same drill as before. We're going to try to get a little closer to the enemy, a little faster. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure we speed up a little bit. It is very hard to outmaneuver those missiles, seriously. I mean, we could give all sorts of different speed orders and maneuvering orders, but once we're locked in, it's like two bears fighting it out. I mean, or deer. Our antlers are locked, and there's no escape. Man, that looks so cool, those wake like that. That's really neat. There goes those civilian aircraft again. All right, we're switching to weapons free. And we're going to have the two in the rear pick up the pace a little bit here. Tighten it up just a little bit. Remember, more tactics I try to use, the worse we'll do. Well, maybe not. I don't know. The last time we pretty much destroyed every enemy ship. They just did it a little bit before we did, but we just need to get to that enemy cargo ship a little faster. Again, a great soundtrack for this one, a great vibe that the music gives off. Very Hunt for Red October. But now we need a little Top Gun too, so carriers will have to come next. But it is very nice to be able to showcase the missions that they have already. Certainly some basic scenarios of carrier versus carrier or carrier submarine hunt would be great too. Like what happens if we put down an enemy carrier escort fleet, complete with carrier, and try to take it out with a Soviet sub or something like that. Very fun. All right, let's slow things down a little bit. Okay, we should be in a good position to engage. In about a minute, we should start seeing some fun. And there they come. And here come the missiles. Any second now. Just watching these surface radar contacts here. Remember, this is the enemy merchant ship over here, just behind where that Speranza or whatever it's called is. Oh, baby. You know, these games are great. So many people could learn so many things about different elements of warfare, weapons, and systems of the past that have influenced the ones in the future. I mean, there's so many things just from the Cold War. It's hard to be an expert on them all. World War II, the Cold War, huge era to span through from 65 to 85 alone. All the different ships, all the different nations, all the different weapons. It truly is crazy. It's mind-boggling in how much there is. We're at weapons free. We should start seeing some fun here shortly. Ah, there it is. There's the fun. Initiate fun. All right, RGM 84. Nice. She's gonna get overwhelmed. Oh! Last second destruction on that one. I dipped into the water looking up so high. All right. Third time may be the charm here. We're starting to discover tactics, everyone. Tactics. Wow, look at that. First American volley's been dealt with for now. Having our ship fall in line here. Alright, first wave dealt with. Keeping our distance, another RGM-84 on the way. Well, a whole volley. I don't think we're going to have that luck twice. Now, I suspected they'd be going for the Grozny a bit more, so that's why I tried to kind of keep it awkwardly in the rear, but I don't know. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Now we're having a real fight. Okay, now it's time to return the fight to the Americans. The Adams is now turning hard to starboard now. That missile will be coming in from its, looks to be port side. Oh, yeah. We got him. Nice. Okay, a little less naval firepower from the Americans coming our way for the time being. Big boy being fired off too. I can't believe how fast this is taking place. This is ×1 speed. These missiles are very fast. Okay, more missiles heading out for the Adams, I believe. Oh, a big miss. Although that ship, I would say, is pretty much out of the fight. Oh yeah, yep. That's a pretty good sign of it being dead to death. Okay, our good friend Esperance, firing some big missile volleys there. Ooh, one of our ships taking a hit. That's bad. The Kirch. The very one we need to keep alive. Well, damage control could keep it under control. It's going to give it maybe a 50% chance. Not looking great. Any hit's a bad hit. We did take out the Adams early, though, so it makes things easier, but not easy. Kirch is going to take a hit on the nose here. Right over the top, here comes. No, nice. Oh, those are... Oh, yeah, that's bad. Actually, this is the lead ship there, the Kirch. Yep, taking hits too. Oh. Parry's so good. Come around, come around. Ah, it's over. Damn it. That was our best fight yet, I think. Our best fight yet. Definitely taking out that Adams rather early, but then being overwhelmed by the other two. Really a fair, like, 3v3. Very good one. Alright, 17th time is the charm. We're staying far north this time. That merchant ship is far in the south. That we usually kind of get a little close to, right in the middle. We're going to try to go for the Adams first, which is usually at the top, as we've seen. And then maybe we could try to hit the cargo ship, with the Perry at the very south not being able to really engage unless it turns to us. And there's another ship down here, it looks like, but it could just be another merchant ship. We haven't really seen what it has to offer yet. We're moving at flank, so 29 knots, and missiles are all away at Adams already. So our ships are taking him out first. This again kind of ruins the surprise, because when you know the enemy's formation, you can kind of find the weakness and just attack the weakness rather than attacking the problem that basically presents itself when you get close to the enemy, whatever they may be comprised of. But this is great to see all these missiles. Oh yeah, Adam's now well aware that he is a wonderful target. Oh, taking a hit there. And a couple more coming in for good measure. It's so great to see that the weapon systems are one thing, tactics are another, weather conditions are another thing too. And a lot of these things that might not be on your side. Look at the damage. Alright, Speranz is next. Already shooting down some of our missiles heading for him. Adams is out of the game. I'll just call this boy the Spruce. Look at how close we are here to these missiles. Oh, look at that. Missiles away, missiles away. I'm going to turn into flank them now. And there's our target. Oh my god, the missiles. It does not look like they're really attacking our Storo over here. I see most missiles heading for the Kirch. Oh, he's taking too much damage already. Well, it's over. Speranz got a good salvo on him already. Oh no, come on, man. See, they certainly attacked our biggest and baddest boy as soon as they could. That Adams stood no chance. Yeah, they're just shooting him down. There's not enough volume here. Ooh. That should have destroyed that one. All right, let's try to go strictly for the merchant ship. See if we can get lucky. Oh, they're still... I cannot believe it. They're still firing at the Kirch. Oh, don't even try. Okay, well, some of our bigger missiles are away now, trying to destroy the merchant, which is being valiantly guarded. The Perry not really even trying anything, just these guys like going just completely in the same direction, not even real change of course. I mean, it's almost possible that we could just go far north above them and then just come in from behind and take out the merchant ship without them even really being able to retaliate so often. I don't even think they would change course. This ship's heading at 18 knots, and this one at 19. So, I mean, they've really not really changed their course too much. Which may be a good thing. I mean, obviously, if you're the merchant ship, you want your protection to be close and not break off. But the Perry not even really attempting to try to come in and assist with the, you know, making itself a shield. Let's go on a damn near collision course with these guys. Uh-oh. Some damage here, probably some flooding. I do want to see some more damage reports on some of these ships. And it would be cool to see on aircraft as well. Ships and submarines, you'd be able to do some damage control. There is time. On an aircraft, maybe not so much. It'd be kind of a flip switch. With a flip of a switch, you could do it or you can't, and that'd be about it. RGM-84 destroyed. At this point, I'd say with us just approaching from the north and hitting the enemy from a more northern track, and then coming in with a lucky missile hit and avoiding the atoms and trying to just destroy the merchant ship, it would basically be GG. On a technicality, we could do this with 0 damage. If we send the fleet in fast enough and far enough away, predict their course, and then just intercept them that way. In terms of it being a game and trying to win by, you know, the game's rules and not have to worry about survivability of the crew on the way out, I mean, we could totally win this. In terms of winning the game by the game's objectives, not a real scenario of a post-mission escape. Oh, they're going to get this missile. God, man, they're so good. Kill that damn thing. Well, let's see what we could do. 10 times 10. She's fine. Just get out of shop vac. It'll... Oh, boy. No, it's fine. Oh, boy. We'll be back later, boys. I promise. Alright, Operation Technicality is a go. If we could just destroy the merchant ship, we're good. There we go. Close enough to engage. Do we even fire a oh, there we go. What are you doing, Goober? Turning away from the... What the hell? I'm going to have to take manual control. We're giving orders to set a course for... to intercept the merchant. I'm taking over. I'm driving. That's cool that you can ask for ships to identify themselves. Well, we had turned away in order to fire our guns, but then I guess she was making a continuous pass on it. We're dead in the water here. All the missiles here are gone. And those boys are going to be rocketing into the night. Ah, it's over, damn it. It's over. Okay, now we're ripping and dipping. So the plan that we had during our previous mission to basically just come in from the top where they seem to be weaker with the atoms and overwhelm that ship to get it out of the equation, and then trying to go for the merchant ship while then dodging all the missiles coming in from the Perry and whatever else might come our way. Just trying to keep our flagship alive and then destroying the enemy merchant ship is really the main goal here. So finding the, I don't know, the secret to this one is certainly very easy. What's interesting is that for the mission editor, for example, just like with the scenarios, if you try to set them up yourself, you're going to know exactly how it's set up. So either there's going to be a weak point or not. So being able to download player-made missions from the workshop, that's going to be a much more interesting thing, because no one will really know what is going to happen until they play the scenario once. So if hundreds of those are being churned out through the mission editor, people will always be constantly guessing as to what to expect. All right, we're going to see some missiles here shortly. There's the atoms. Let's go ahead and start engaging. We're going to slow these guys down a little bit. We're going to go standard. About 2/3. 2/3 and full. All right, let's see what happens this time. But this is fascinating to continuously experiment around with. Even if you know it's probably not tactically a good move what you're doing, you can always experiment to see is there anything you can learn from the simulation. I mean, that's what a lot of war is now, is really like simulations on losses and tactics. Hell, that's what these games are. Oh, they're already shooting them down. Missiles already coming in. We got a hell of a lot more off on the atoms, though. He's going to go bye-bye soon. If we just get him out of the picture. Oh my god, look at all those missiles. That's ridiculous. It's worse than before. And we're already hit. Ooh, the atoms is hit though. Man, that's so cool, man. All the missiles and everything just flying. Okay, well, the atoms is out. That's good. We've been hit pretty badly with the Kerch. And the Grozny already. And probably going to get hit again. Yep. Two missiles for our friend there, which more than likely will get shot down. Another on the bow. Oh, boys. Oh, we may have this. All right, now we just need to take out the merchant ship. We hit him. The Speranza is dying to death. Thank God. All right, that seems to be the winning formula to come in from the top. What's cool here is that, you know, I could have totally, you know, I'm sure there's the typical frustrating to watch, screaming at my screen, why didn't you? You know, typical smooth brain YouTuber comments. But here's the thing. I could have hidden all of this learning process and just made it a highly edited cinematic video, but that's not what you get with playing the game. What you get with playing the game is trial and error and not knowing what these scenarios or the weapon systems will offer. You could have served on these very ships, but that doesn't mean that you're an expert in the game, because the game will give you completely different parameters than real life, and it's only a simulation trying to get as close as possible. And this game does it really well. But what's going to be interesting here is, like, you know, trying to do things and failing at it and giving you finally that chance to succeed. That's what makes games like Elden Ring and Wukong good, is that everybody gets their ass beat, and death number 314,000 is what makes those games fun, and understanding the weapon systems of those and the mechanics of those by doing and trying and failing and then finding a few things that work and then combining those together, and that's what makes tactics. It's not like everybody knew about Kevlar on day one back in the Stone Age. A lot of things had to come together before then. All right, unfortunately, the enemy also clapping our cheeks too on both of our ships. But now finally, the bad boy is gone. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Not with that thing. Don't you do it. Okay, I don't think this thing's responding at all by any means. Now, they've mentioned, remember, they did mention that we had a helicopter at our disposal here in order to spot ships further away and whatnot, and that's, I don't care, give a damn about seeing the enemy ships before they see us. Like, we still have to fire off our Sea Whiz and our missiles and whatnot to be able to see or to dodge the enemy, right? We need to destroy their ships to get close enough to deal with this merchant. We can't just send in a chopper, and even if we see the enemy, well, they could see us too. I mean, the point of the chopper is really to get a radar closer to the enemy, and so we can kind of be at equal footing. And I believe the Kirch has that one. Yeah, the helipad back there. I wonder, can we launch an aircraft? Would you be so kind? Thank you. Can it actually do that? Aircraft capacity 1 out of 1. I did click launch on that. We'll see if it actually somehow launches that aircraft. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm well aware of that through the briefing. I don't think we have any more missiles, do we? Oh, we do. Yeah. Now I can't believe the parry is not. This is good, but the parry's not responding to, like, becoming the new protector of the merchant ship. It's kind of just did its thing. The Adams seemingly changed its course a bit by trying to go kind of southeast. And the this ship here with the crews is standing around there just chill. Oh my God! F in the chat for those guys. Did you see that? Oh my God! I'm so sorry, sailors. Oh boy. Wait, did our missiles fire at that ship again? Just destroy the merchant, man, so we can go home. Here we go. Go into cinematic mode. Yeah. Wait, is there a cinematic mode for the missiles? Let's see. Oh yeah, there is. But that is dizzying. That's better. Alright, let's destroy this damn merchant. So we got it. Locked in the bag. Attack from the north. Maybe use the helicopter to engage the Adams at a closer range. But it's really about bringing all your firepower down upon that main ship in the middle. Which, even with the helicopter, we're not going to be able to... What could have possibly shot that down? You bastard. Perry. Play nice, sweetie. Wow, we're like 16 nautical miles away. Okay, 2 more away. I think these are SA N4s. I remember these, I think, from Wargame. Or no, yeah, from Wargame. I think these could also be mounted on planes. Oh, it says right down here, SA N4s. Wow, damn. I can remember some dumb stuff. Oh. What? Perry, come on, man. Don't be that way. People want to see the damn merchant kill. It's been Elden Ring final boss of my existence. I thought this would be easy. Which is good. It's misleading. The easiest easy to have ever easied is actually turning out to be quite difficult. Let's go parallel to this ship. And see if we can hit him with the guns. Perry must not have any missiles yet either. Okay, not giving a damn about my orders. Cool. Oh boy, Perry has 3 million missiles left. Please don't fire at Perry. Please just hit the merchant. Look at that turn, though. Damn, hitting the E-brake. Gonna blow out a tire. Okay, that's good. Looks like we got one of the missiles out of the way. Okay, that one went over the top on that. Wait, yeah, engage the merchant now. You know, actually, in retrospect, helicopter might be able to give us a longer range in picking up enemy missiles, but again, our close-in weapon systems aren't going to be able to do much against that from a distance. All right. Oh, what? Bros. President Grant, you $50 bastard, please sink. What? Come on. Is this rigged? Are you kidding? I'm bringing this up with my attorneys. That's ridiculous. If you're mad, me too. That merchant, bro, 20 minutes ago. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. We'll do it another day. Well, in the end, capitalism made it to Norway, and it was over for the Soviets. They were able to deliver a PlayStation 1 in 1991, or whenever the hell that dropped. I don't know, Sega Genesis. Wow, okay. So, certainly a lot to figure out here in terms of getting missiles and things to be more direct with their targets, and I don't think, helicopters would have made a difference here for accuracy of our own missiles or close-in weapon systems, but just giving us a further range on enemy targets and maybe incoming missiles, and be prepared for them for our maneuvering. But they're missiles. I mean, they could clear the whole ocean before we could even make a 90-degree turn, that kind of thing. But still, really cool to see this. And I've completed this mission before as well, before showing you this video long ago when we first showcased it. I think we may have even did it then, or at least just went straight in and kind of blew things up. So, but yeah, very challenging, very cool, and I can't wait to show you more sea power, naval combat in the missile age. Give it a like. Show some love. Make sure you hit that like button too, so more of this game shows up in your feed from me and everybody else covering it. There's a lot out there, man, from carrier battles to submarine hunting to anti-submarine warfare to even more missiles, you know? I mean, it's the missile age. So thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Take care and have a great day.